I want to talk with you today about the current event of the children of the Fundamentalist Latter-day Saints group in Texas who've been removed from their parents, who've been taken away. I was shocked at the militaristic move that was made. I guess you could say it was a step up from Waco years ago, if you remember that, where they actually firebombed a place where a religious group was living, supposedly to save the children from a report that they were being molested. In this case, they didn't firebomb it, but it was a very militaristic move. People in uniforms and guns jumping in the place and taking children from their mother's arms and taking away over 460 children in this huge move to save the children. I am not agreeing with young teenagers being married off to older men, and many of those going to one older man. I don't believe that's the right thing to do. However, these children being taken who weren't even in danger of that happening to them anytime soon, the young children, the babies, the boys, being taken away and placed in what looks like the state is asking for permanent foster care, is insane. Could something different have been done? How about the men would be arrested and leave the children with their mothers? The women have grown up in that belief and that practice. My guess is they're likely very good mothers. It is a practice that the government may disapprove of and say, okay, you can't do that anymore with your kids. That's one thing. To take them away, and I heard one of the state representatives say that it really wasn't necessarily traumatic to remove children from their parents. You must be kidding. Since I work in healing and healing memories with people, people are traumatized by a lot less than that, and these children have never been in a different world than that one. And they're taken out and torn apart from their siblings. We need to learn to do better with people who are different from us. These people culturally, how they lived, were as different as a group might be who had had other very little exposure to society. We need to come up with better solutions than drastic militaristic action. I am so sad for these children, for these mothers. I hope sanity will prevail and they'll be returned to their mothers as soon as possible. And then the government can take into their hands dealing with the illegal marriages with underage girls. They can address that wherever they choose to in the courts with the men who are doing this. But for the sake of love, of caring, of bonds, those children should be with their mothers. We need to stop supporting this kind of insane action when people don't understand another religion or don't understand practices, to think that the best thing to do is to, quote-unquote, save the children. There are statistics that show that it is rare for a home situation to be so bad that foster care would be better. And the state of Texas had just failed 5 out of 6 of the guidelines that they were supposed to be passing for their whole foster care system. What are the chances the kids are in better places? Not big. So let's develop some tolerance and understanding and some intelligence of how to protect children. And taking them from their mothers is certainly should be a very last option. And we usually in our society only do that if the mothers are both crack addicts and prostitutes. And these mothers surely were nothing of that sort.